Subscribe right now. That's right. Yeah, that's right. You clicked into this video. You played yourself. Subscribe right now. I know you're checking out the video, but subscribe. Scholars, we're almost to 3,000 subscribers. We're continuing on the train. This is a very late Saturday video, but that's mostly because I didn't wake up until like 1 o'clock p.m. My sleep schedule is just cracked up, like destroyed. I need to do like an all-nighter, I think, tonight, and then Sunday reset and have a normal schedule. Like my schedule is usually like 7 a.m. and then I go to bed around 10ish, and because that's usually how it is for work. And I need to fix that for the summer. That way I can be consistent, because I would like to start working out in the morning and in the evening. That's what I used to do when I worked at my apartment. We had like a local gym and I would go to. A lot of rambling. By the way, little ADHD all over the place. Someone mentioned this. By the way, this is a stain on this nice jacket. I actually took multiple of these. I have like 3 different suits to the dry cleaner, and this was never removed. So I just assumed that this is just going to be here forever. So if you ever wonder what the hell is going on, that I don't know either. But the dry cleaner didn't remove it, or they did a shitty job. That could be very possible. But anyways, just really weird intro, but welcome to the counselor's office, where the intros are random. It's never consistent, and I'm always rambling about something. But hey, it makes it to where I'm more personable instead of saying, shut up and give me your money. You know what makes me want to say, shut up and give me your money? Halo. Apparently, and we'll get to the react because it's a very short video. So this is story time. Apparently, Halo is getting a remaster. Yes, the Bungie Halos are apparently getting a remaster, and I am excited. For 2026 is the year of Halo for me, because I will be playing the living hell out of it. I am so excited. But today we're going to react. That's right. By the way, I'm testing something out. Let me know in the comments. Do you like this setup? We're doing a new react screen. That's right. By the way, I always want to give credit. And so this is how I'm going to watch the videos for the purpose of the video. But this is by Mint Blitz. This makes it so easier. So for me to just tell you to subscribe to them, check out their video. Link will be down below. I always like to do that because give credit where credit's due. I don't steal content. I know there's people that don't like reacts. Well, guess what? I still give credit where credit's due. And it's my opinion. You are more than welcome to go down below, click the link, and check it out for yourself. But please don't be stupid and make a comment about, well, the link is down below. If you don't like me talking, I got you. Again, link down below, down here. It's right here. Go away. Sorry, some people are stupid and make comments like that. But yes, we're watching a video called the Halo Reboot, 25 years of Halo. It's crazy to think that the name Halo has survived for 25 years. Whether it's in novels or in games, it's just crazy to think that over half my life Halo has existed, which is the impact, like, at least half of my life, it's made an impact in my childhood. And so that's why I have a lot of love. Like if you were telling me, like, if a franchise had to die, Destiny or Halo, I'm going to sacrifice Destiny. Like Halo is always going to be my baby. So we're watching a video by Mint Blitz. We're going to see what it's all about. Again, link down below. As always, let's jump into it.
The Halo Reboot, a new beginning for Halo, or is it? I asked the question, should Halo continue the story set at the end of Halo Infinite, or should Halo Studios reboot the entire story with the...
I'm going to pause there. I know we're very at the beginning. I saw this on Twitter. I'm going to give you my opinion. Yes, they should absolutely retcon the entire... I love number 4, and I think they should redo number 4. I think it's fine what they were trying to do. I think they shouldn't kill off the Didact immediately. Truthfully, I think they should. 5 never existed, and Infinite doesn't need to exist because it's not retconning 5, right? 5 Infinite is trying to fix the mistake that 5 created, and 5 was, I don't know what they were doing. They went from 4 to 5, and it just completely destroyed. I don't know. Books tried to apparently salvage it, but I'm going to be honest, just make the books an alternative universe, and we can continue on. We're back in cryo sleep with Halo 5 Boogaloo Edition, right? Halo 4 Boogaloo Edition, right? We're continuing from Halo 3, new story, new threat, which is the Forerunners again, but this time that we're fleshing them out, we're making them actually like, and bring precursors. We talk, that's part of the lore that's just kind of slept on. Precursors, that's the threat, not whatever the hell the endless bullshit is. Like, it's obviously some made up species that they made that's supposed to be more threatening than the Flood, which I do disagree highly with that ever being a reality in Halo. But yeah, I want to give that take because we're going to talk a lot about other people's takes about whether the series should be rebooted. I think it should. Rebooting the series would open it back up for new returning players and veterans who want to come back. Like, they don't like how the series has been going on. Starting from 3 in a new, fresh direction, I think could bring in a lot of new fans and returning fans.
Rumored Combat Evolved remake. The answers were divided right down the middle, and it got heated. I'm hoping the comment section here doesn't devolve into the same thing as Twitter, so please can we keep
it's
it
Twitter.
civil.
What do you
Today,
expect,
I'll talk about
right?
everything both sides said, and then you can give your own opinion on the future of the Halo franchise. I've got some of my own little bits here and there to add in for context, so let's get into it. So the question was, which way should Halo Studios and Microsoft go with the narrative of Halo? Continue on from
Whoa. Is he spawning these up here? I have played Halo 3 religiously. Are these actually up here? Is this a secret for Halo 3 that I've never known all these years? I'm sorry, I know getting on a tangent, but this is like my inner Halo, kid is coming out. Like, what? I used to have like a magazine with my best friend in like high school, Halo 2. We do searching the secret Easter eggs and the giant soccer ball, the scarab gun, like stuff like that. So as soon as I see stuff like that, it makes me want to go play Halo 3.
Infinite or scrap it all and start over. Both sides had really good arguments, both for and against, but there's actually rumors that Halo Studio is working on both. In saying that, even that raises its own questions. If they reboot Halo Combat Evolved and continue Halo Infinite story, are there going to be two completely separate universes?
That's kind of funny.
What is going to happen to the voice of Master Chief, Steve Downes, as he's roughly 75 years old? Will they be using AI for his voice like Darth?
I hope that he says, yes, you can use my voice as an AI. I'm sorry. There will never be another Master Chief. Like, there will probably never be a real Darth Vader like Earl Jones. And Jones knows that. Like, he's all about the fans. And so, he was about the fans. And that's why he's like, you know what? You can use my voice. The family's okay with it because that was his wish. That's what his wishes was. People are so butthurt about AI. And I think if the person gives consent to allow their voices, I think that should not be part of the argument for or against AI because, listen, it's one thing if someone does it, maliciously against your will versus someone strictly giving you their blessing. Like, if someone came up like, hey, we want to use your voice if you die and we're going to put this in a TV series or we're going to use your voice, is that okay? Do we have your blessing after you're dead to continue to use your voice? I'm probably going to say, yeah. Like, then that's my legacy. That's my icon being passed on through generation to generation. And I'm going to be dead. So I don't care, right? I'm like, if I'm dead, I don't care, right? I feel like the same thing applies to some of these actors who they know they're getting old. They know they're ready to throw in the towel, but they have that passion and they love the fans. I think in this regard, AI would be okay if they decided to keep Master Chief's, Steven. I literally have his signature and his everything. But if they decide to keep him as an AI version in the future and he gives them their blessings, I'm okay with that. I'm not going to be upset that AI is doing that because that means his legacy will continue on even after he's gone. Same thing with Cortana. If they retconned her being the weapon now. So that's my opinion. I know there's going to be massive disagreement with that, but I think the key difference between AI taking people's jobs is that this is it would be consensual. I consent. He would say, I consent to Microsoft using my voice for Master Chief for the foreseeable future. I think that's fine.
Vader. To do both means to be torn in two completely separate directions. They could do one final game with Steve Downes tying up that Master Chief story and then continue with the new rebooted storyline. The way I see it though is that you can't do both forever. It's a very complicated issue. If you're doing both, it doesn't seem like there's a clear vision. We do know that there's 2 lead developers and there's multiple Halo projects in the works, so which way will they go? My prediction is that we'll get one final game and it'll tie up the Halo Infinite Master Chief storyline, and then we have the rebooted franchise. People are asking me, Romy, are the two going to be connected in any way? And
I think that would be fine too if they wanted to, like, hey, here's for people who just want the Infinite story, they would wrap it up. I don't know how you would wrap up the fact that they introduced a brand new threat to the existence. How are you going to wrap that up? Like, apparently that he's also like Atriox is freeing them. So it's not like, it's like, how are you going to do that justice? Like, it feels like one of those The Last Jedi. What is it? The Last Jedi, where Palpatine comes back for a last minute thing. And then, you know, it's like, what? It feels like they're going to try to do a quick wrap up. And I feel like it would do disservice. That's my thoughts. I don't think you're going to be able to do it in one game unless they plan on making books supplemental, because we know there's a new book based on the Infinite story that's coming out, which is really stupid. My general thought is I don't think they can, unless they plan on releasing constant DLC to lead to that, like, which I doubt they will, because they never did that with Halo Infinite. The best bet is just let it go into, like they did the Master Chief TV series. Just let it go off into oblivion and act like it doesn't exist. Call it the Silver Timeline. Let's start fresh.
Only way that could ever happen is if time travel is involved, so I don't think that's going to happen.
I think time travel is possible. Like, am I crazy? Am I crazy? Like, Halo is probably the one universe where time travel would make sense. We've got literally precursors, which are gods. We've got the Forerunners. We've got, like, it would not surprise me. You could retcon saying that the Forerunners were trying to play with time travel in order to go to the past. But then, you know, there's a lot of politics. If you understand the Forerunner backstory, there's a lot of politics that was involved about what they want to do, what they didn't want to do, their oaths, their rules that they set upon themselves. Like, we can't do this. And it's very possible you can make this, you know, it would be a retcon, but you could say that, you know, the Forerunners did not want to do that because it would go against the law of nature to go back in time. And also just a pride thing, like, this is our failure. We're going to live with it. This is how we're going to do it. Like, there's a lot of bullshit things you could do. But Halo, out of everything that we played and seen, Halo makes the most sense to have time travel. Like, we're talking about advanced races, the Forerunner, and what they could do. Like, they created rings of mass galactical destruction. And there's literal gods. I'm sorry. I think timeline, being able to do time travel, this is one of the franchises where that makes absolute sense.
Now, moving on from that, and as I said, I asked Twitter, should Halo be rebooted or continue on with the main story they're currently telling? People on both sides weighed in their opinions, both for and against, but we even have a new Halo book telling the direct sequel of Halo.
There are more books about Halo than there are Halo games. You know what's funny is if you were to turn all these books into Halo games, it would probably be a very popular franchise, especially some of the prequel stories. Like, I read some of the Silent and I was so annoyed about some of these Halo 4 books leading into Halo 5 because the Didact redeems himself. Like, he's alive. He's actually alive, but he's in the book. And then he actually gives the middle finger to Cortana. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, if you're into Halo stuff. He actually literally stops Cortana or helps stop Cortana, gives her the middle finger. It's like, oh man, stuff like this would have been great. Like, having the Didact as like a teammate with Master Chief would have been badass. And it would have been a cooler story than what we got. Instead, we got this weird drama romance flick with Halo 5. Anyways, there's a lot of opportunities. There's a lot of lore that they could branch out. They don't even need Master Chief. Like literally Contact Harvest. Where is that? Yeah, Contact Harvest. You can literally focus more on the human aspect. Sergeant Johnson. You know, I would love Sergeant Johnson to come back as a playable character. Be revolved. Not only that, but people are always wanting like strong, diverse options. I don't think there's a damn person who would be upset about a video of ODSTs and Sergeant Johnson, like a video game, where you get to play as him. And he's quippy. He's the same Johnson you know and love. And he's just fighting the Covenant. And it feels like a challenge because you know you're like against, you're losing, right? I feel like there's options to make great games and stories, but Bungie never went beyond that. And 343 decided we're not going to use the old stuff or any of the lore stuff. We're just going to throw it out and do whatever we want, which is why they're in the place that they are. But yeah, that a little mini rant. I'm very passionate.
So there is going to be continuation of that story. The main argument Twitter said against the reboot is that they didn't want 25 years of Halo source material thrown out the window. People are terrified that if you...
You know what's funny is that I used to do stuff like he is. He's modded, by the way. I can tell like all this is modded because you can see Infinite. I used to do stupid shit like this all the time back in the day. Like I would used to... Halo 2, not so much Halo 3, but Halo 2... I used to do this religiously. That's how I found like every secret in the game. Like I know life Halo 2, and really I should say Halo 2 is my favorite game of all time, even though I say Halo 3 is. Halo 2, I have such a intimate relationship. No, I'm not. I didn't have sex with my Xbox. I mean, like during that time, my parents were going through a divorce. And so this was my coping mechanism. This was my mental health. This was me, surviving. And it was a bridge to build relationships and friendships with people that now are in my life. It's crazy how much of a video games can connect people. Like people see video games can be harmful, but video games can also provide a bridge of connection of like respect and love and community. If done right, right? Halo 2 was doing things right. It feels bad that we're in a day and age where companies have forgotten what games can do, the power that they have, and they just don't respect their community. Like even a Halo 343, like the community that was around for Halo 2 and Halo 3 is not the same that is for Infinite. Like it is a night and day difference. The passion for both from back then and now, it's like this complete night and day difference. Sorry, a little rambling, but again, I see Halo, the idea of rebooting the series and bringing life to it. I'm going to give you my opinion, and I'm going to latch onto it because I really want Halo to come back in a strong way.
You destroy the Bungie Foundation and don't do a good job rebooting, you could destroy the entire franchise. I don't blame people for not having faith. Most people would be rightfully skeptical. For me, my concern is that if you reboot Halo, and it does seem that way, as Pierre, the studio head at Halo Studios, he said we're doing Halo our way now, that the old games won't be the official story anymore. They'll still exist, but they won't be referenced anymore. Does that mean a Halo reboot means that 25 years of Halo all gets decanonized? Kind of becomes the Legends versions of the Star Wars universe.
I don't like that. Fire that asshole. Whoever said that the other stuff doesn't need to be like, fuck that guy. Fuck you. This is for you.
Now, in saying that, one comment I received against rebooting Halo said, rebooting the universe is the worst idea anyone could have for the franchise, and the debacle that was the show just proves it. Unless you want Halo the show, the game, forget about rebooting. This is the best evidence of a reboot being a horrible idea, as the silver timeline of Halo was...
No. You keep the timeline for the OG Halos, Halo 1, 2, and 3. Those are sacred timelines. You don't touch those, motherfucker. But then you straight up delete 4, 5, and Infinite, and you start from there. We're back on the dawn. We're cryostasis. We're waking up. Boom. There it is. That's how you solve the problem. You keep all the classic Bungie lore, and then you build off that foundation. You don't even have to worry about, like, people think reboot means you have to reboot the whole thing. No. You can do a soft reboot.
Was not canon. People watching this video, how did the Halo TV show turn out? You had Cortana the cuck, Chief the angsty teen, the Arbiter is dead, and Captain Keyes was basically Sergeant Johnson from the games. If you remove the...
I That's true. That's true. He was Sergeant Johnson, but I'm sorry. The Cortana. You can't forget Master Cheeks. Sex. Yeah. Listen, I think there's time where making someone more human is fine, but I think there's time where people play enough, like people live in reality. We're living the human life. Sometimes I don't want to play as a human. I just want to play as a badass. I don't need emotion and relationship. Sometimes I just need to murder aliens like a fucking badass, jumping out of space with a fucking bomb and saying, "Sir, I'm bringing back their bomb." Like, that's not exactly what he says, but you know exactly what I'm talking about. The badassery. No one gives a shit about these emotions. Like, bitch, if I want emotions, I'll watch a TV series with drama. I'll play like a video game that's actually meant to be dramatic. Halo is supposed to be the war of, against human life and the Covenant. You can read the books for the emotion. I just want to see Master Chief save humanity. I just want to be a badass. I want to be a hero of the story.
The restrictions placed on the universe set by the Bungie era, it could potentially be a disaster. The only positive to rebooting the entire Halo franchise is that the entire convoluted 343 era of games and media get erased. The Prometheans, Cortana taking over the galaxy, Infinite
I don't think the Prometheans was a problem. I know, I'm admitting right now, I liked Halo 4, and I'm in the minority. I understand this. I accept this. But can we agree that Prometheans weren't the problem with Halo 4? I think people would be more okay with Prometheans and all that stuff. Like, I think the whole idea of the didact wouldn't be bad. It's just how they went about it.
Unfinished story. All of the books that were required to just tie the universe together. That's all gone. It's a clean slate. That is the only positive, but it would mean that the writers would actually have to nail it from here on out.
Yep.
No second chances. You got one shot at rebooting. If it's horrible, people will just write it off like a fanfic. It is no secret that the Halo universe post Halo 3 is a mess. It's jumbled.
Yep.
It's unclear. People didn't resonate in any way with it. Plus, it was so long in between campaigns and stories, it was so hard to get invested. Include the fact that Halo Infinite's campaign had so much cut content that the original story couldn't even be told, plus all the campaign DLC was cancelled post Halo 3, and even dare I say post Halo 4, because
okay, I didn't realize they canceled campaign DLC. That is what killed a lot of the hype. I feel like if they fleshed out the story of the campaign like DLC, they might have been able to salvage a little bit, but man, they decided to just milk the community instead.
I didn't mind the Halo 4 story. I didn't like how the pseudo-faction of the Covenant looked. Many people are so fed up with how things are that they're like, just reboot it. I'm sick of this. No more. Halo Studios does have a template story they can follow. They do have the Bungie games as a reference. And I think if they do decide to reboot, they are playing at their own peril if they decide to not follow the Bungie blueprint. That's my line in the sand. If there is a Halo reboot, and I think there's going to be, you can tell a story and add to what Bungie did first.
I think that they could advance. If they were to copy pasta the base of Halo and then evolve, like imagine instead of starting on the Pillar of Autumn, you play as Noble 6, and you're leading in from Reach. The whole experience, you're seeing this massive skybox. You're seeing Reach being glazed. You got Cortana. You're trying to, okay, maybe that was Reach. Just kind of gets a lot of hate for the Cortana thing. Just maybe ignore that part. Maybe we have the Noble 6, he's doing his thing or they're doing their thing, and you're just seeing Reach getting destroyed. You see this massive event of just the Covenant destroying and glassing an entire planet, and then you cut to the jump cut of like Pillar of Autumn, and then you that's how you like invest into the world. You expand the lore, you expand what's going on. The Forerunners, instead of waiting to 2 and 3, that you really, or especially 3 is when it really expanded the Forerunners with some of the hit secrets. This is where you start expanding the lore. It's just Halo on the Ring. We learned so much about the Forerunners that, whatever they want to tell, if they want to retcon that humans aren't reclaimers, we're not Forerunners, but Forerunners is a different race. If they want to do that, then they could they can kind of retcon that part of the story, because Halo has always been, we are like the ascendants of the Forerunners, and that's one of the reason why the Covenant hate us. It's because we can, they deem the Foreigners as gods and sacred, and we are just filthy monkeys. I would see they could, change a little bit of that lore and then build upon it and expand upon it. Because Halo, if you think about it, the world itself has a lot of opportunity, especially for exploration, to tell a different kind of story. They also have the opportunity, like Sergeant Johnson's in Halo 1, but he's not actually like a core. He's just a random character that sometimes has dialogue, but they could flesh out his character in that story. They could also flesh out an actual threat. Like we know the Arbiter comes from this story. He's with Sergeant Johnson at the end. Like he survives with Sergeant Johnson, and he's like one of the only ones left. They could essentially build him as a villain throughout the story, as like he's hunting down the demon. They could expand as a side plot. There's a lot of opportunities to expand the story without killing the story, right? Halo isn't like the golden child of like perfection of like, there's no way that you could improve upon it. I think there's being loyal to the source material. And then when you add stuff, like I'm thinking like Resident Evil 4, like sure, there's a lot of gripes that they removed content, but they also added plenty. Maybe a better sequence would be Dead Space remake, because they didn't really remove anything from Dead Space. They added to it. I think the additions made it feel better and flow better. And it was just a better experience. So Dead Space 4 is a perfect example of doing a remake where you're not necessarily taking away, but you're adding to it, and it makes sense. It feels good. If they did that with Halo, that would be fine. I think most people will be okay because I can play everything that I know about Halo is still Halo, but we got new additions that don't disrupt the feeling of Halo.
First, but Halo Studios, you cannot change things that are set in stone. Number 1, Sergeant Johnson, bring back David Scully. That would be huge.
Hell yeah.
And people would love that. 2, nothing like the TV show. I don't think I need to expand on this. Pick something in your mind right now that you don't like about the TV show. Don't do that. 3, just like Combat Evolved, lots of biome diversity.
Yep.
Snow, desert, forest, swamp, and Forerunner. 4, every feature that a Halo fan could expect from a modern day campaign. And 5,
would be
do
cool.
not release the game until it is truly ready. And that last one is important. It makes me think of the Call of Duty Modern Warfare remakes. The campaigns are nowhere near the level of the originals. It also raises the question, will the Halo remake have
broken
sprint, modern mechanics, equipment like Halo Infinite? These
So
are all
stupid.
preferential. Each person is going to have their own different opinions on this, but as long as a balance is struck and a really strong story, I think it'll be okay. Finding that balance, however, is tricky. The 2001 version of Halo Combat Evolved's movement is dated,
cool.
but the movement speed flows really well. Halo Infinite's grapple hook, on the other hand, kind of broke.
I like that we went from Halo music all the way to Call of Duty, and this is Call of Duty 2. It's crazy that I know some of these iconic games because I played them so much.
Things in terms of pacing for the campaign, so a whole different kettle of fish is
get
what
baited.
design decisions are going to be made. This includes gameplay, lore, even the Flood. Will the Flood lore be rewritten so different forms can appear at a less pre-evolved state of the Flood? The pure forms you see in Halo 3 are due to the coordination of a Gravemind, whereas in Combat Evolved, they're in a more primitive form. That's why you see the Proto-Gravemind keys. There are so many things that could go wrong. Yes, on the flip side of that, it could all go right, but again, people are skeptical. So I kept on reading your comments, I kept on going through the fors and against, and there was a comment that kept on coming up, and it was outside of whether Halo should be rebooted, but it's something I think we can all agree on. It's that whatever comes out next, it needs to be a completed, polished product at launch. People will not return in 6+ months to check out an updated product. All games going forward need to be bulletproof on launch day. And that's so true. Reboot or not, infinite story or a retelling of the first game. Whichever story comes out, whichever game comes out, it needs to have everything. For a campaign, it needs to have split screen, campaign network co-op, day 1, not in 6 months, and no beta before it comes out. Skulls, and I can't believe I'm saying this, a revert checkpoint function. I cannot stress this enough. You need to be able to revert checkpoint in a campaign. Halo modders add.
Yeah, they're that. I feel like most games. It's not just a Halo thing. I think most games need to revert because if you get stuck, it kind of sucks. That was the problem with the OG games. That you get a bad checkpoint, you're just screwed.
A button within a few weeks of the game coming out, but a AAA studio couldn't add a revert checkpoint feature for Halo Infinite's campaign. Absolutely wild. In saying that, we really are entering a new era, for better or worse, for Halo. We don't know how things are going to go, where the story is going to go, and how far they will push the Combat Evolved remake. Does Microsoft want to erase the Bungie era, or are they going to build on top of it? Will they be true custodians of the Halo franchise, respecting legacy, or is everything we know about Halo about to change? Does Halo Studios want to leave their own mark on Halo so bad that all bets are off? And
I think the biggest thing, and I hate this about every time someone, like even that Devil May Cry TV series, the Netflix series was an abomination. Like, I don't understand. Everyone wants to make their big play, like, haha, I did this. I'm just the greatest thing ever. I'm hot stuff. But then you make a pile of shit. It's like, you have the easiest job of your life. You're going to build so much goodwill if you just build off the source material. It is not that hard. It really is. I don't know why we're playing on hard mode when you have literally everything at your feet to make the easiest choice of your life. It is baffling me that companies do this.
Halo will never be the same again. It's a terrifying yet exciting thought. In terms of actual developers at the studio, only around 5 to 10% of that studio worked on Halo Infinite. So we really have no idea what is going to happen. So I have to ask, what do you think Halo's future is going to be? Specifically the campaign. Will Halo Studios reboot Halo? Will they conclude Halo Infinite's Master Chief story? It's a hard prediction to make, but more than that though, do you even want a reboot? I look forward to hearing what you guys have to say. Times are a-changing, that's for sure, and I really think at the World Championships this year in October, we're going to be finding out more about Halo's future. So thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Leave me a comment down below, and I'll see you guys later.
Yeah, I mean, I like Mint Blitz. Like he reminds me of the old me who religiously played this game, doing trick shots, doing secrets. Like, I used to do a lot of this stuff, and I was good at it too. Like, I don't ever talk about how I'm good at video games except for Halo, the old generational, the old saga. That was the game. Like, I've garbage at everything else, but I prided myself in Halo. Like, even now I play Halo Infinite. I'm garbage. I am washed up. Like, it not only that, I just don't have the passion or love for that game. So it's like Halo 5. I couldn't, even though the multiplayer was really, really good. Like, Halo 5 is probably better multiplayer than Infinite's, in my opinion. It's just, it hurt my soul. It was like, I just couldn't get over how bad the campaign was and just the direction they were going with, like, the MTX and all. It was just everything I hated about. I couldn't do it. And so Halo Infinite's the kind of same way. Like, I played the Halo 3 playlist and I was like, this isn't Halo. Like, there's so many things that are wrong with this. It feels soulless still. I feel the passion in the maps, but the game itself just doesn't feel like the Halo that I know and love. And I just couldn't get into it. So I'm hoping that that's another clear thing that I need to make very clear. If they reboot, especially from the old G series, or they build upon it, they need to have the soul and the passion. Halo Infinite feels soulless. It doesn't feel like it has the soul like the other Halo games do. At least also Halo. I think Halo 4 had more soul, but it feels like the desire to try to make up a completely different story just went, like, every game, Halo 4, 5, and Infinite feel like someone's fan fiction. That's why it feels soulless. It feels like a fan fiction without the actual passion of making something that the community, the player base would love. It's just like someone like, I thought this is a great idea. That's my personal take. I know I ranted a little bit. It was a longer video, especially for like an 8-minute video. But when I'm hearing about like the chance of having a remastered of the old games and then the potential of a reboot series, I want to be back in Halo. Like, Destiny's got me like, I'm on the fritz. I want to glaze a game, and Borderlands 4 is about to do that to me. But I want to play a game that I'm passionate about, like Destiny, but that I'm also happy about. I'm passionate. I'm excited for the future. And I'm not constantly wondering like, man, I'm ready. I'm ready. That's all I gotta say. Let me know what you think down below. Do you think Halo should be rebooted? Should it be a 100% reset? Should it build from the foundation? Should it start from scratch but add to it the source material? What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. As always, hit the like button, comment down below. Until next time.